officials from countries like Saudi Arabia, Algeria, Kuwait, and Bahrain respond to your remarks, particularly your strong stance on Pakistan's role in exporting terrorism. Were there any notable reaction or shift in the tone of following India's outrage?
One must remember that all these 4 countries which our government has sent us, all the MPs headed by Mr. Jay Panda, we are representing India over there. And all these 4 countries are members of OIC. Other 3 countries are member of GCC. And one of the countries is right now a member of, non-permanent member of Security Council. And Algeria, I think so, would be or Bahrain would be a member next year. And all these 4 countries are part of Middle East, North Africa Task Force. Now they have historical relations with India, especially Bahrain, which till 1960 was using India's currency rupee. Kuwait, the same thing. Saudi Arabia, because of Makkah and Medina being over there. Algeria, Nehru had said in United Nations asking for self-determination of Algeria. So historically, we have good relations with them, and we had impressed upon them, requested them, and explained to them, starting with our head of our delegation, Mr. Jay Panda, and other members, that Pakistan has been indulging in this terrorism for many years in India. We had focused on the Pahalgam terrorist attack, and we have told them that this resistance front just didn't come up on April 22nd. India has already told the United Nations 1262 Sanction Committee in December 2023 that this is a new name for LET. Then in 2024, twice we have informed United Nations Security Council 1262 Sanction Committee about this resistance front. And unfortunately, our apprehensions had come through. Now the 4th progress is going on. Secondly, we have told them the speech of April 15th of Asim Munir, especially the last part of his speech where he said that it is a jugular vein. We will support the Mujahideen who are working in Kashmir. And thirdly, we had brought to the notice the speech given by Hafiz Saeed's son in February of 2024 in Pak-occupied Kashmir, wherein he openly claimed that this whole year there will be a jihad and blood will flow, this wrong form of understanding of jihad which they have. In Saudi Arabia, we had informed them how Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was victim of terrorism. In 2003 May, in Riyadh, some 39 people were killed. 8 years ago, the Houthis have launched a missile at Aramco. And we had requested all these GCC 3 countries, Bahrain, Kuwait, and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And we had some important meetings with their ministers and their responsible people over there. We met the Shura Council in Saudi Arabia, and then we had a 2-hour-long meeting with the present MOS Foreign Affairs Minister, His Excellency Adil Jubair. And then in Bahrain, we had an important meeting over there, and then in Kuwait also, with the Shura Council and a Deputy Prime Minister. So all in all, I'd say that all of us have tried our best, and hopefully, inshallah, it should have a effect on what these MPs who are representing India, who had come from different parts of the country, representing different religions, following different religions. So hopefully we hope that this will have a positive effect. In Algeria, we had spoken about the black decade which Algeria had from 90s to 2000. Nearly 50,000 people were killed in Algeria because of terrorism. So we told them that Algeria has been a victim, India is now a victim of terrorism being sponsored and perpetrated by Pakistan. And lastly, we are told in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia that in 2022, I think so, Saudi Arabia had given some $2 billion. Then they renewed a loan of some $13 billion recently, and IMF giving $2 billion. Pakistan going to World Bank asking for 40 some loan over there. So we had requested them and explained to them that what is the monitoring of all these funds? This money is going to Pakistani army. This money is not being used to develop Pakistan, to eradicate polio over there, to eradicate poverty over there, to bring down unemployment, to bring down the out-of-school children in Pakistan. This money is going directly into with Pakistan, with army, and then it goes to terrorist organizations who are targeting India. So we hope and expect that because this Middle East, North Africa, Middle East, North Africa, FATF, they are part of it. Hopefully, now it is responsibility of our government to bring Pakistan into this FATF, and these 4 countries have played a very important role.
Sir, during your visit, a briefing foreign national about Operation Sindoor and Pakistan roles. What was the reception you got from the other countries, and was India's stand admired?
Well, we went to Bahrain, Kuwait, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Algeria. All these countries were definitely worried about terrorism. They had given some strong statements against what happened in Pahalgam, and in some places they said, why don't we talk to Pakistan? We explained to them that when 26/11 happened, our investigators went to Pakistan, gave them DNA samples of those terrorists which were killed by our brave forces. We told them how we caught alive Najmal Kasab. We gave them audio recordings given to us by the Western intelligence or by our own intelligence, wherein some operators were sitting in Pakistan and directing them to kill Indians in Mumbai, but nothing moved. We explained to them Pathankot, when the Pathankot attack happened at our air base, we had reminded them that no country in the world would allow another country's spy agency to come to their air base. Nothing moved. We gave them all the examples but Pakistan initially denies it. Then later on says, oh yeah, the ifs and buts are there. So we had explained to them that we had attacked 9 places which are proscribed organizations under United Nations. Then in turn we had to attack because they were attacking our civilians. And we had also reminded them that this Pakistan claims this false boogie of it being a Muslim country. At many places I had reminded them that there are 240 million Muslims living in India. So this argument of Pakistan is completely wrong. You can say that there are differences between 2 countries, but to take this claim of Muslims or Islam is completely wrong. So hopefully, we hope the meetings were quite successful in our opinion. We had given them the exact scenario of what happened in Pahalgam and how on the basis of religion people were shot dead by the terrorists who had come from Pakistan, who were part of LET, which has a new name called Resistance Front. And hopefully, inshallah, we hope that this will resonate with their leadership, and they will not only condemn but ensure that in future Pakistan does not indulges in promoting terrorism in India. We hope that Pakistan will be brought back into FATF. We reminded them about one particular case of Sajid Mir. Now, till Pakistan was not brought in FATF, Pakistan was saying Sajid Mir is dead. Now, who is Sajid Mir? Sajid Mir was the main conspirator, designer of 26/11. When Pakistan was brought in FATF, an important meeting was being held in Germany. Immediately, Pakistan informed FATF, Sajid Mir is alive. You were denying his existence, and suddenly you bring a person who is dead alive. And then we had also informed that when this country said, why don't you speak to them, talk to them? I said, what happened with 26/11? Some people were convicted not in terrorism, but in money laundering. So India has a very strong case against Pakistan. This is what all of us had tried to impress upon all these four countries, the leadership, their important ministers, ambassadors, think tanks which we had met.
Sir, you have advocated for Pakistan to be reinstated on the FATF, Financial Action Task Force, grey list. What measures do